The purpose of this video tutorial is to give you an overview on how to do our group reading activity. And this is a critical reading activity that we'll use throughout the course. So let me share my screen here and get started. So I'm just going to show you how to do the first group reading here for week 1. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Modules Start here. I'm going to click on Unit 1. And I'm going to come down to the assignment for group reading. And it's right here, week 1 group reading. This is the MEDDIC Multiple Intelligences. But again, this same strategy is going to be in place for all of them. You notice this is due Friday, so we'll just take a look at this together. So I'm going to add this video here, and I'll include these in all your group reading videos if you need a review. Important, do watch this video about how to log into your EKU Google Drive. This can be tricky. Sometimes it will revert back to your personal Google Drive account. And so if you're not getting access, you'll need to make sure that you're logged into your official EKU Google Drive account. And it's the same username. The username is just your email, and it's the same password that you use for Blackboard and everything else. So anyways, do watch that video, at least at the beginning, to make sure that you're logging in correctly. So the instructions here, like this says, this is a social reading. We're going to work in small groups. It's kind of the closest thing we can get to reading aloud in a classroom, right? So another thing I like about it is it gets you really close with the text. You're not talking about the text in some other Blackboard. You're actually right there in the document working with the text directly with each other. So sometimes the purpose of this is going to prepare you for another assignment. You know, sometimes it's a standalone task, but generally all these are going to help you build your critical reading skills to be adept at your other college courses and to increase your skills as a writer and thinker generally. Okay, so you'll see the instructions here. So first you're going to read the text by yourself. And so this, you can read it in the Commons. So you'll want to read that in our class textbook. And then once you've done that, you're going to log into your EKU Google account. And again, the sign-in's your EKU email. The password should be the same as your EKU email password. This is really important because you can't access the content unless you're logged into your official EKU Google Drive. And so, yeah, again, it's referring you back to this video. Watch that video. It'll walk you through how to do that correctly, especially at the beginning. Okay, so the third step here, once you've done that, you will go into the group class folder down here. And once you're inside, you're going to find and click on your groups folder. So you'll either be group 1, 2, 3, 4, and for some we'll have 5 groups. So you'll click on your group. How do you know which group you're in? It's listed here on this chart for each assignment. So you want to check that for each assignment. Those groups change sometimes. So you're going to do that, and I'm going to show you how to do that in one moment. And then these next steps, I'll go through them, and then I'll show you exactly how to do it. So once you're in there, you're going to click on the document that is for your group. And so you're going to highlight blue anything that connects to something you already know in the text. Yellow, so anything that's new to you, you'll highlight yellow in the text. And then green, if you have a question, you'll highlight green. And I'll show you this in a moment. So using that key for blue, yellow, and green, you're going to select 5 passages to highlight. And then after you highlight them, you're going to comment on them. And that's a separate step. I'll show you how to do that. So you want to have a minimum of 2 sentences per comment that you make. And what you have to do here, you first have to highlight the text for color, and then you have to go in and highlight that text again and hit add for the comment. And I'll show you how to do that. So after you've done that, the last step is you're going to reply to at least 2 of your classmates' comments in your group. There's no sentence minimum there, but say a bit more than good point or I agree, and that's it. And like this text here, it says the technical part of this is really the trickiest part. Once you do it the first time, it'll be easy for you to go through and do this activity the rest of the time. So you'll notice the group readings are always going to be due. Everything is going to be due by the end of the week, midnight on Friday. So do try to have your, actually do make sure you have your initial comments posted by Thursday. That way your classmates will have a chance to have something to respond to, right? So we're going to jump right in. So I'm doing this. I've read the text on the Commons. I'm logged into my EKU Google account. I'm going to now go through step 3, and I'll show you how to do this as if I were a student in the class. So I'm going to click on group class folder. So there it is. So I'm clicking here. And so this is taking me to this folder. And so I need to know what group I'm in. So let's go back and see. Let's pretend my name is David Garr. So if I am David Garr, then I'm in group 2. So I need to click on the group 2 folder. And by the way, this is the instructor copy, so please don't edit that. That's just the saved copy for me. So I'm in group 2, so I'm going to click on this group 2 folder right here. Okay. So now I'm going to click on the document here, and you can kind of see here the group members are here. So if your name is on this, you're in the right place. So the first thing I'm going to do, and this chart is listed again for you guys, so you don't have to keep scrolling back and forth. Blue is for something that I already know. Yellow is something that's new to me, and green is something I have a question about. So let's go through here. Let's see. All right. Okay. So this is talking about these 7 intelligences. This is talking about logical math intelligence. Let's say this intelligence is about the capacity to analyze problems logically. Let's say that's something that I'm an engineering student, and that's something that I'm already familiar with, and that's a strength of mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that. Again, that's something I already know, so I'm going to highlight that blue. All right. So then the next step, and you're going to go make sure you meet the requirements here. So you want to highlight 5 passages. I'm just going to show you one here. So once you've highlighted in the color, the next step you have to do, you have to highlight it again. And you want to go to, if you right click after you highlight, you get that comment option, okay? So what I've done is, again, I've highlighted the color first, then I'm going back and I'm highlighting it again, and I'm clicking there, and it's given me that option, that plus option to comment, okay? So I'm going to left click there, and then I can put a comment. So remember, you want to make sure you have at least 2 sentences. So maybe your experience is, I remember in high school, I took an intelligence quiz, and it listed logical mathematical as my strength. I have found this to be true and am now an engineering major. Okay. And then when you're done, you just want to hit comment, right? So there you have completed, you've got one of the passages highlighted, you've got one comment made. So you'll just want to make sure that you have 2 total for each person. And so again, that's really the gist of it. Once you kind of get used to this the first time, I think it'll be easier. But that's the gist of it, and so what you want to do, like say I'm a different student and I want to respond. How do you respond? You can click here and you just left click on it, and it gives you an option to respond. So you might respond. I also remember taking multiple intelligence ah, quizzes in high school, and I found them to be fairly accurate. I wonder if our intelligences change as we get older, right? So there's a comment, right? And obviously you don't want to comment on your own, but just for the sake of an example. So that is the gist of it there. That is how you go about doing this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via email.